Well, right now on Daybreak, a day of celebration turned violent. The latest on a festival shooting in Toledo, Ohio. Well, 12 are now recovering and 2 are critical. Plus, data center debate, the pressure being put on Governor Kathy Hochul to sign a bill banning their construction, and the 2 local projects that could be impacted. And 250, how about Tricentennial? The oldest surviving structure, the Great Lakes, celebrates an even bigger birthday than America.
Live from 2 on your side, this is Channel 2 News Daybreak.
And a good Sunday morning. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak, officially 6:30 on this June 7th. And we appreciate you joining us here to get your morning started. Grab a cup of coffee, putzing around the house, getting things done. I'm Rob Hackford. We've got Kevin putzing over in the Weather Center this morning.
That's what I do.
Yeah, and Kevin, really turned out to be a great day yesterday. And even better today, you might say.
But Buffalo the Burbs got some late rain.
Okay.
Yeah, I talked about that. There was sort of a rogue thunderstorm that rolled its way through right around sunset just to disrupt your bonfires or delay your patio lantern beverages. But for the most part, I was happy with yesterday's forecast. And I talked about it being breezy yesterday. We're not going to have that component today. Today, the better day of the weekend as advertised. The temperatures starting out are all hanging around 60 to begin our Sunday, and we see the rain cleared well to our east right now. Today is going to be dry. Monday is going to be dry as well. We'll hone in now. As of now, I would say it's partly clouded and mostly sunny throughout western New York, but we should be sunny by the end of the day today. Notice also the sort of a northwestern flow moving in for our day today, but no precipitation to track. I don't have to break it down for certain areas of the western New York as well. We do anticipate, the incorrect graphic, temperatures will be in the mid-70s today. Light winds and sunny skies into the low 80s for our Sunday. Some rain chances on Tuesday I'll talk about coming up in the full forecast.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. In our top story this morning, gunshots ringing out at a festival in Toledo. Investigators say at least a dozen people were shot, and the gunman is still at large. All this happening around 5:30 Saturday evening at the Old West End Festival. In the wake of this disturbing video from one witness, it shows a potential victim walking on the sidewalk covered in blood. In that video, you can hear someone asking the man if he had been shot, getting him help, calling for help as well. Multiple people then told him to sit down and called 911 to help him. Authorities say they are still in the early stages of this investigation, but they have an idea of how many shooters, plural, were involved.
Officers were quick to respond. They were right there when the shots were coming out. Appears as though there was at least 2 shooters. I think they were probably shooting at each other, and what ended up happening was 12 people were struck with bullets.
Now, the deputy chief there also says that 2 of those victims are in critical condition. Festival organizers have since canceled today's festivities, saying it wouldn't be responsible or compassionate to continue. Again, the investigation into the shooting is ongoing. Well, back here in western New York, take a look at this video sent to us showing heavy smoke coming out of a factory in Niagara Falls Saturday. Now, this is at the AmeriCarb plant on Niagara Falls Boulevard, coming out of that left side of the building there. Now, firefighters were at the scene late into the night and into this morning. It appeared one corner of the building had been blown open. AmeriCarb produces advanced carbon and graphite materials, which are used in a variety of industries. We don't know if anyone was hurt or how the fire started, but we have reached out to city fire officials for more information. Now, Buffalo police say a child is recovering after being hit by a car in the city's Old First Ward neighborhood. The city spokesperson says the child was hit on Hamburg Street near Fulton last night. Now, police say the child was taken to the hospital for serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Thank goodness. The driver stayed at the scene and is cooperating with investigators. Now, a proposed $2 billion AI data center at this site, the former Tonawanda Coke site, is at the center of discussion once again. Now, this weekend, a group of environmental advocates and residents came together to rally against the proposed data center, as well as discuss a piece of recently passed legislation. 2 on your side's Nate Mills explains why one Western New York lawmaker is calling for urgency.
Assemblymember Jonathan Rivera joined residents and environmental advocates in Tonawanda, calling on Governor Kathy Hochul to sign legislation that would delay the construction of a proposed data center.
There's been a lot of fight on this, and really the only reason we're having the success we have is because there's groups like this across the state making their voice heard.
More than 200 people packed a recent Tonawanda Planning Board meeting in opposition Wednesday, and the New York State Legislature responded with a one-year moratorium on the project. While those who opposed the center bought themselves some time, they say the governor needs to sign the bill soon to prevent more proposals like this.
We need protections in place for communities like Tonawanda. We need that bill signed right away so that projects can't get started, without those protections.
The longer we delay implementing this, the higher the probability that some company's going to come in and try to move this along quickly. So, we're standing together on this.
And that's exactly why Rivera is pressuring the state like he is. But this urgency is not new. He claims unfulfilled job promises of companies in the past ended up falling short and polluting the waterways in the process. In his call to action, leaders are seeing unprecedented unification.
In my career, I have never seen an issue where this many people agree on one thing that in opposition to something.
We're not accepting crumbs anymore from development. We're not accepting crumbs from people with big ideas from, frankly, all over the world and other parts of the world that just want to come here and throw some money at something just to make more money off of our backs.
On your side, Nate Mills, Channel 2 News.
Now, the governor has until December 31st to sign the bill. Until then, officials say development of the center is on hold. Well, the Queen City's most colorful celebration is happening today. The Buffalo Pride Parade will kick off at Elmwood and Forest Avenue at 11 a.m., but the groups will be lining up just a couple hours. It'll make its way to Allen Street, Allen and Elmwood, with dozens of organizations, businesses, and community groups taking part. It'll end again at Allen Street around 3 p.m. is the expected time. And you'll have many other options to celebrate either before or after the parade. 26 on Allen will host its first ever Pride Fest. Gates open at 3:30 with shows starting at 4 o'clock. La Cultura of Western New York will host its third annual Caribbean Pride celebration from 2 to 8 p.m. at Front Park on Bust-Eye Avenue. And tickets to that are $25. Bottoms Up on West Chippewa will have their annual Roxy's Pride Party from 3 to 7 p.m. These events will have entertainment performances, activities, and much more to enjoy. You can find more events at the website buffalopride.org. As we head to break, a live look outside. Daybreak will be right back. The sun is shining on this sunny Sunday morning. 60 degrees is our starting point. Now, have your muskets ready. One of Western New York's most historic landmarks is celebrating a major milestone. Old Fort Niagara marking 300 years since French soldiers first arrived at the mouth of the Niagara. Special events this weekend include historic reenactments, performances, and a rededication ceremony. Organizers say this building is the oldest in the Great Lakes region, which was built by the French in 1726. They say the anniversary offers people a chance to reflect on that history.
One of the things that I think is very important is to remind people how special this place is. There's not much around that's 300 years old. And I think sometimes people tend to take things in their own backyard for granted. So this celebration is a chance to really put the fort and the French castle front and center in people's minds.
Now, Emerson adds that the fort has also received several proclamations in honor of this anniversary, including recognition from France, Niagara-on-the-Lake, the New York State Legislature, as well as several members of Congress. This anniversary celebration will continue today.